Hello, my name is Andrei Kirleshan from Hema Academy. This video is about the handshake grip. A very important note before we go on is that we as human beings have anatomical differences between us. So if at any point during this instructional video you find that you cannot follow the instructions 100%, just try to be as close as possible to them based on your anatomy. To make the handshake grip, we first look at the inside of our palm, and we see that there are two lines that form two creases when we either close our palm, this line, or move our thumb towards our little finger as much as we can. When we move our thumb, we see that this whole part moves and there's another crease here. So one crease, line one, line two. It's also important to know that you can move your thumb just from its base without moving the meaty part underneath it, and that's not what we're interested in. We're talking about when you're moving it towards your little finger. So this line, underneath it right here. Then, the next thing we notice is that all hilts have a wider part and a narrower part. Now, what we want for the handshake grip is, unlike the hammer grip, where we place the hilt exactly on line number one here, we want the wider part of your hilt to be placed tilted underneath this second line that creases. So here, underneath the line under your thumb. We tilt it, we put it in our palm, the fingers are still around it, the thumb is still behind the crossguard, but now it's not standing here, it's standing here. So it's tilted a bit to the side. Instead of making a 90-degree angle with your fingers, like it was in the hammer grip, you're now tilting it a bit towards the base of your thumb, right? We do not want it at the base of your thumb, like this, as we said before. We want it underneath the meaty part. That's very important. Now, the narrow part of your hilt is actually touching this meaty part underneath your thumb. So it's here. But the wider part of your hilt, behind it, is still touching the inside of your palm, just tilted on the second line that we talked about. Now, when you do this, you curl your fingers, and you'll see that you've just gained a little bit of reach. As opposed to the hammer grip, which was here, this allows me to point the blade further. There are many advantages to the handshake grip that I discussed in my article, but I highly recommend it. I think overall it's the best grip for longsword. And that's how you make it. You just curl your fingers gently around it. The grip is primarily in these three fingers, and these two are loose, so you can adjust and do other things. That's the handshake grip.